Ever wondered how millions of silkworms create one of the world's most luxurious fabrics? Let's dive into the incredible cocoon harvesting process that turns these tiny creatures into pure silk magic. In today's video, where we'll uncover the fascinating journey of silk creation, from the meticulous care of silkworms to the astonishing harvesting process. This ancient art is as incredible as it is intricate, and you won't believe how it all comes together. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on more amazing behind-the-scenes processes like this one. Now let's get started on how silk is made from millions of silkworms. Silk, one of the most luxurious and softest fabrics in the world, has a fascinating production journey that dates back thousands of years. To create just 1 kilogram of silk, approximately 2,500 silkworms are needed. The process of transforming these tiny creatures into a highly coveted material is intricate and involves many detailed steps. Join us on a journey to discover the astonishing process behind silk creation, from silkworm breeding to the delicate extraction of valuable silk threads. The fascinating origins of silk. Legend has it that silk was discovered when a cocoon accidentally fell into the tea of the Empress of China, revealing a long, shimmering thread. This chance event sparked the beginning of silk production, which has since evolved into an art form with deep cultural roots. Today, China is the world's leading producer of silk, contributing more than 2/3 of the 410,000 tons of silk produced globally each year. The country's long history of silk cultivation, particularly in regions like Suzhou, continues to dominate the industry. However, silk production is not confined to China alone. Thailand is another key player in the silk industry, renowned for producing some of the finest silk in the world. Thai silk is especially valued for its luxurious softness, durability, and exceptional finish. The country's silk is often made using traditional hand-weaving methods passed down through generations, making it a symbol of craftsmanship and cultural heritage. Thai silk production is not just about high quality. It also involves sustainable and ethical practices, ensuring that both the silkworms and their handlers are treated with care. This combination of history, quality, and tradition has made Thai silk one of the most sought-after varieties globally. Silkworm breeding. The first step in the silk production process is breeding the silkworms. The quality of the silk begins with selecting the right silkworms. Healthy, fertile female silkworms are chosen for reproduction. The female silkworms are placed in controlled environments such as boxes where they lay their eggs. These eggs are typically deposited on substrates like paper or mulberry leaves, which will serve as food for the newly hatched larvae. The health of the eggs and larvae is essential to the final quality of the silk, so ensuring optimal breeding conditions is critical. To promote healthy development, the eggs are kept in controlled conditions with precise temperature and humidity levels. The eggs are small, about the size of a pinhead, and after a short incubation period, the larvae emerge. The growth stage. Once hatched, the tiny silkworm larvae begin feeding almost immediately. These larvae are extremely hungry and consume large quantities of mulberry leaves, which are vital for their growth. Silkworms are strictly herbivores and feed only on fresh mulberry leaves, which are hand-picked from the trees. The leaves are then chopped into smaller pieces to ensure that the silkworms can easily consume them, aiding their rapid development. During this feeding phase, the silkworms grow at an astonishing rate. As they eat, they not only increase in size, but also store the nutrients needed for the next stage of their life cycle, spinning their silk cocoons. This is a critical period in their growth as the larvae prepare their bodies for the transformation to the pupal stage. The feeding process is meticulously monitored to ensure that the silkworms receive the best possible nutrition. Careful attention is given to the freshness and quality of the mulberry leaves, as damaged or dried leaves can affect their health. Any leftover or spoiled leaves are promptly removed to maintain a clean and healthy environment for the larvae. This helps reduce the risk of diseases and infections, which could threaten the silkworm's well-being. This careful management ensures the silkworms grow strong and healthy, ready for the next crucial stage in their silk-producing journey. Silkworm care. The rearing of silkworms requires significant care and attention. It is a delicate task to ensure their healthy development. Constant monitoring of temperature, humidity, and ventilation is necessary to create the ideal growing conditions for the larvae. The larvae must be kept in an environment that promotes growth while preventing overcrowding, as too many silkworms in one area can lead to stress and disease. At this stage, the silkworms will increase their weight by an astonishing 10,000 times, reaching the necessary size to spin their silk cocoons. The workers at the silk factory carefully supervise the silkworms during this stage, ensuring that their needs are met. The silkworms continue to feed for about 40 days, consuming a vast quantity of mulberry leaves. At a farm that produces silk, over 2 tons of leaves are collected per week. The leaves are placed in trays or boxes, and the silkworms are allowed to feed on them until they are ready for the next stage, spinning the silk cocoon. After several weeks of feeding, the silkworms begin the process of spinning their cocoons. This stage is crucial in the silk production process, as the cocoon will contain the valuable silk threads that will eventually be used to create fabric. Silkworms begin secreting a special liquid substance from their silk glands, located in their heads. This substance quickly solidifies upon contact with air, forming a continuous thread that wraps around the body of the silkworm. The silkworms spin the silk thread in a specific pattern, creating a cocoon that will protect them as they transform into butterflies. This spinning process can take several days. Silkworms move continuously as they secrete silk, wrapping it around themselves in concentric layers. The movement ensures that the silk thread is evenly distributed, forming a uniform and protective cocoon. Each silkworm can produce a single thread of silk that can reach up to several hundred meters in length. After about 3 to 4 days of spinning, the cocoon is complete. At this point, the silkworms have finished their task and remain inside the cocoon, protected and secure. The cocoon now contains the precious silk threads that will later be harvested and transformed into fabric. Harvesting the silk cocoons, a delicate process. The harvesting of silk cocoons is a delicate yet vital phase in the silk production process. It requires a high level of precision and care to ensure that the final product meets the desired quality standards. Workers at the silk factory begin by thoroughly inspecting the cocoons, carefully selecting those that are in the best condition for harvesting. The size, uniformity, and overall health of the cocoons play a significant role in determining the quality of the silk. Larger and more uniform cocoons are particularly sought after as they tend to produce longer, stronger silk threads that are ideal for weaving high-quality fabrics. Once the optimal cocoons have been selected, the workers gently separate them one by one, taking great care not to damage the fragile silk threads. The harvesting process requires a delicate touch, as the silk thread that wraps around the cocoon is incredibly thin and easily broken. After the cocoons are carefully separated, they undergo a thermal treatment process, which usually involves hot water or steam. This treatment serves 2 main purposes. It kills the silkworms that remain inside the cocoons, and it softens the silk threads, making it much easier to extract them. This thermal treatment is critical for ensuring that the silk can be unraveled without damaging the threads. Once softened, the silk threads are ready to be unwound and processed further. The extraction process that follows is intricate, as multiple threads from different cocoons are combined to form longer, stronger silk fibers. This careful harvesting and treatment of the cocoons ensure that the silk produced is of the highest quality, ready for spinning, weaving, and the creation of luxurious fabrics. Unwinding the silk threads. After the cocoons are treated with heat, the next step is unwinding the silk threads. The process begins by carefully unraveling the threads, which are tightly wound around the cocoon. Since the silk thread is very fine, several threads from different cocoons are combined to create a single, stronger thread. The silk fibers are held together by a protein called sericin. To remove this protein, the cocoons are immersed in hot water, which softens the sericin and releases the silk filaments. Each silk filament is only a few hundredths of a millimeter thick. So many filaments are required to create a strong thread. It takes a staggering 5,000 cocoons and 30 hours of labor to reel just one skein of silk. This delicate and time-consuming task is performed with great care and precision by the workers at the silk factory. Cleaning and dyeing the silk. Once the silk threads are carefully unwound from the cocoons, they undergo a cleaning process to remove any impurities, remnants of the cocoons, and other unwanted substances. The threads are washed in warm water or soaked in gentle cleaning solutions, ensuring the preservation of their quality and natural sheen. This cleaning process is delicate, as silk is fragile when wet and can break easily. To avoid breakage, the threads are lightly sprinkled with rice, which absorbs the moisture and helps maintain the strength and integrity of the silk. If color is desired, the silk threads move to the dyeing stage. Depending on the desired outcome, the threads are immersed in either natural or chemical dyes. The dyeing process requires careful attention to ensure that the color is evenly distributed across the threads. This step is crucial to ensure the silk maintains its luxurious appearance while achieving the perfect shade. The silk must retain its softness and shine, so the dyeing is performed gently and with precision. After dyeing, the silk threads are thoroughly rinsed and dried to remove any excess dye or cleaning agents. The final result is a beautifully clean, vibrant, and soft silk thread, ready to be spun, woven, and transformed into luxurious fabrics for a wide variety of uses, from clothing to home furnishings. Spinning and weaving. After the silk threads have been cleaned and dyed, they are wound onto spools or bobbins. These threads will be used in the spinning and weaving process to create fabric. The spinning process can be done manually or mechanically, depending on the scale of production. The threads are twisted and combined to create stronger and continuous yarns that will be used to manufacture silk fabrics. Silk threads are then woven into the fabric using a loom. This can be done either by hand or with the use of automated machinery. Manual weaving, although more time-consuming, allows for greater control over the pattern and design of the fabric. On the other hand, mechanical looms can produce large quantities of fabric quickly. Once the silk is woven into the fabric, it can be made into various types of clothing, accessories, and home textiles. The fabric is soft, lightweight, and elegant, with a natural sheen that makes it highly desirable for luxury items. Commercialization and distribution, the final step. Once the silk has been woven into the fabric, it is ready to be commercialized. The finished fabric is sold to designers, textile manufacturers, and consumers worldwide. Silk remains a symbol of luxury, elegance, and sophistication, highly sought after for a wide range of products, including clothing, bedding, and upholstery. Its timeless appeal and soft, smooth texture make it a favorite for high-end fashion and interior design. The silk industry is a crucial part of the economies of countries like China and India, where silk production has been an integral part of their cultural and economic heritage for centuries. The process of creating silk is labor-intensive, requiring skilled artisans who have perfected their techniques over generations. From breeding silkworms to weaving the threads into fabric, every step in the production chain demands attention to detail and craftsmanship. Silk is not just a fabric. It is a cultural treasure passed down through the ages, with deep-rooted traditions and an enduring legacy. Whether it's a luxurious silk dress, an elegant bedspread, or an intricate piece of upholstery, the final product is a beautiful, high-quality fabric that is valued and treasured by people all over the world. This timeless material continues to embody luxury, contributing to both the economies and the cultural identities of silk-producing regions. The production of silk is a marvel of nature and human ingenuity. From the delicate breeding of silkworms to the intricate process of spinning and weaving, every step requires skill, patience, and dedication. Silk, with its rich history and luxurious texture, remains one of the most coveted fabrics in the world. Whether created by hand in villages or mass-produced in factories, the art of silk making continues to captivate and inspire. And there you have it, the incredible journey of silk, from the humble silkworm to the luxurious fabric we know and love today. It's fascinating to see the dedication and craftsmanship involved in producing this timeless material. If you enjoyed learning about the meticulous process behind silk production, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing insights into the world's most captivating industries. Have any questions or thoughts about silk or any other fascinating processes? Drop them in the comments below and we'll be happy to discuss them. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.